If you want to start content creation in 2026 but you're confused about where to start, what videos to make, and more importantly, how do you actually grow and make money as a content creator, you need to watch this video. Because I started from that exact position and have currently grown to 350k plus followers and more than 50 million views. I went from being just a college student to someone who quit his software engineering job to do this full time. I've also scaled a content business to 8 figures while helping founders, creators, and brands grow on social media. So I know what I'm talking about. But here is the truth. This is actually my 4th attempt towards social media. My initial pages, the first few attempts were horrendous. I was struggling for years to grow my social media, but the result is so different this time, to the point where I can charge multiple lakhs for a single brand deal, is solely because I changed my approach of thinking and making videos. Because now I treat social media like an engineering project. I have figured out a better blueprint for using data and psychology to hack viewers' attention, keep them watching, and ultimately turn them into subscribers. And this blueprint has gotten me millions of monthly views, tens and thousands of new followers, and 50 plus brands worldwide that has already worked with. And over the last 4 months, I have tried to put all of my social media knowledge, especially of YouTube, into one place. And this is the video where I filtered out all the in-depth YouTube knowledge that you really need to have as a beginner YouTuber in 2026. So if growing a YouTube channel and monetizing it is on your to-do list for 2026, you are on the right video. Congratulations. Now please take out your pen and paper, because this is going to be an in-depth and a long video, because I'm not just going to give you tips and tricks, I'm going to explain things in depth about how the algorithm works, what are the videos you should make, and how you can monetize your channel as soon as possible. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the comprehensive guide of how you can start a YouTube channel and grow it successfully and also monetize it over probably a few months' time in 2026, because the game has changed a lot since when I started around 2019. The algorithms have changed, they have gotten much more powerful and much more efficient. What people like to watch on YouTube has also changed. There are new competitors. Like back then, the competitor was like TV. Now it's Netflix, Prime Video, Instagram, and all of these things. But here's a cool fact that will tell you the actual strength of YouTube still today, with Netflix and Prime Video and Jio Hotstar and all these different streaming platforms available. YouTube is still the most watched platform on a TV. People who have TVs watch YouTube more than Netflix. That's a really cool fact. And I feel people who have TVs also have greater purchasing capability. So if you make content on YouTube, it just directly means you make more money compared to any other platform. So let's dive in. This is, again, remember, a very beginner friendly roadmap that I wanted to build over here. Now let's first address the elephant in the room. Why do we want to create on YouTube? Firstly, it is long form. Okay, it is long form content, and long form content reaps you much more value, like 10x more value compared to a short form content. Why? For once, it is something like 10x longer, which also gives you 10x more time, which gives you 10x more connection with your audience. So imagine you watch a reel of a particular creator versus you watch a 10, 15 or 20 minute video of a particular creator. Where will you feel more amount of connection with the creator? Of course, where you had spent more time. So the more amount of time I spend watching a creator, the more connection I'll feel, and the more trust that will be built towards that creator in my own heart, in my brain or heart, whatever it is. And that is why YouTube is still the holy grail of social media, because you can spend much longer time compared to a reel. Because to have the same amount of engagement, same amount of time, same amount of connection, a person will have to watch 10 to 15 of your reels. And for a person to just go through the algorithm and for the algorithm to suggest 10 to 15 of your reels to a person in a day is almost next to impossible. It almost never happens. That is why brands also pay you much more on YouTube than Instagram or any other short form platform, because this has much more dedicated, leveraged audience. Next, it is intentional. Unlike any short form platform where you have to basically scroll through the different reels, where you do not choose which video you're going to watch, you are shown a video and then you choose whether you want to skip it or not. YouTube is different. Things are much more intentional. People know what they're looking for. So people get to see the title and the thumbnail before they ever see the video. Out of hundreds of thumbnails shown to them, they make that choice of clicking on your video then they are coming with intent, and there is a much more higher chance of them watching the full video, them building a deeper connection, them building more trust on you, and ultimately buy something from you or buy something that you promote. And why do I always keep talking about purchasing power and all these things? For that, you need to understand how a YouTuber makes money. This is the platform of YouTube. YouTube ultimately is a business, right? Any business wants to make more money from its customers, right? Who is a customer? Anyone who is a consumer, right? Anyone who is a consumer. Whoever watches YouTube is a customer. And then there is companies like brands. Brands have ads, as simple as that. Brands, for their marketing, make ads, and they give those ads to YouTube to run on their platform. Now, if YouTube didn't have videos or didn't have enough number of people coming to their platform, it would not make sense to show the ads. Like, what is the point if people are not watching it? So YouTube shows these ads on your videos. So you are the third person, you are a creator, right? You are making videos, and before the video starts or at the middle of the video, YouTube is showing ads from these brands, and these brands are paying YouTube money. So what YouTube does is basically give you like half of that money to all the creators on whose videos those ads have appeared. Now, YouTube is the only platform that actually pays you 50% of the money that it takes from the brands, and it is the highest number across all social media, and it is just one of those reasons YouTube is the best social media platform as a creator. And of course, there are other benefits to this as well. I'm not going to go much into any of these, like articulation, self-confidence, communication skills, camera presence. All of these things are going to be immensely improved if you start YouTube, but they can also be sort of improved through other places, like through other platforms. So I'm not going very much deeper into it. Let's get into what our objective is today. What are we trying to do with this very long ass video today? The objective of today's video is something that every new creator needs to learn. Okay, every new creator needs to learn this, because most people think it's just a black box and you cannot tell if a video is going to go viral or not. But that's not it. Although nobody knows what the algorithm exactly is, we can still take some calls, we can still find some patterns, and we can somehow reverse engineer virality. But do you always want to go viral? That is also another question we're going to talk about later in this video. Next is what videos you should make. And this is one of the most asked questions that I get from new content creators or people who want to become content creators. What videos do you make? Next is optimizing metrics. So once you understand what videos do you make and you start making videos, how do you understand if those videos are doing well? And how do you understand where those YouTube videos are failing? What are the parts that you want to improve on? So what are the matrices that you want to look at? Because analytics and data is very, very important. That is what I can teach you as an engineer who has turned into a creator. And because I have an engineering background, playing with data, analytics, and reverse engineering any kind of success or failure is literally a second nature to me. So here we are moving along with the part where we talk about the algorithm. So we're going to talk about 4 things: black box and traits, what does it want, does the algorithm hate you, and how do you crack it? Okay, so here is a small note. The algorithm is a backend of any search engine. Okay, so even Google or any search engine you can think of, how does it choose what content to show you? It uses some kind of algorithm. Okay, in this case YouTube, it decides which video appears in your feed, and on a large scale which video appears on more and more and more feeds and ultimately go viral. Cool. Let's move on to algorithm. The first point is black box and trait. So as I said, most people think algorithm is just a black box and we cannot really understand what it does. You throw videos into it and hope for the best. And sometimes it gets 10k views, sometimes it gets 1k views, sometimes it gets a million views. And we don't really understand what's happening. How can we recreate more 1 million views or more 100k views, for example, right? But that is not the case. Even though nobody is exactly sure of what the algorithm is or exactly what are the weights of different things, what are the different things it is looking at, and if it follows some kind of pattern, you can always experiment with it to find out or sort of understand those patterns. So it has traits, right? So basically we are trying to figure out what are the traits of the algorithm, and to boil it down in a much simpler words, it would be which videos are pushed, which videos are favored by the algorithm. So to understand that, we first need to understand what does the algorithm want. Okay, so as I said before, here are creators, and creators are creating videos, a lot of videos, like immensely lot of videos. There are more than millions of videos being uploaded every single day onto YouTube. It's a lot of content. And then of course, here are consumers, right? Now, every consumer likes to watch some particular types of videos. You cannot just take any video and send it to the consumer. That's not a really good idea, because consumers are going to get annoyed at your platform and they're just going to leave. And if consumers leave, the creators leave, the brands leave, your business is about to die. So what can you do? The second best thing you can do is you get the consumers to subscribe to creators. Okay, this particular consumer, let's assume this particular consumer has subscribed to 10 creators. So what you can do next is get these 10 creators ke videos and you send them to the customer. Now the customer is happy, the consumer is happy. So that's great. But there is another problem. This consumer, if you just keep doing this consumer is almost never going to find out about the new creators, right? It will just keep watching those 10 creators, 15 creators or whatever it has subscribed to, but they will never find out about the new creators. So what you want is an algorithm in the middle. This algorithm takes in all the data. So all of these customers have preferences, right? That is why you see, if you watch certain kind of YouTube videos in a day, next day the algorithm will show you more of those kind of videos. So it takes all the data. It knows all of your interests. It knows your watch history. It knows your subscriptions, what are the channels you're subscribed to. It knows which videos you watched for longer, like videos you liked. That's the like button, guys. Which videos you skipped very quickly, which videos made you subscribe, which videos you leave a comment on. It knows everything. So its job, in a very simple way, I'm not going very technical into this, in a very simple way, to take all this data and figure out which videos are best for one particular consumer. This way, all the new videos, suppose this guy watches a lot of cooking videos, right? A lot of cooking videos. So whenever there is a new creator, okay, this new guy comes in making insane cooking videos, and although this is a new guy, the algorithm understands that, okay, this guy is getting a lot of attraction in the cooking niche, so I can probably suggest this to this guy who already loves cooking. That is a way this consumer is going to find out about new creators in their niche. And that is exactly what the algorithm wants, to keep the consumers happy, because consumers are the backbone of the business. The consumers are happy, then the creators are happy, and then also the brands are happy because consumers are spending more time on their platform, creators are making more and more videos, and the brands are getting to show more and more of their ads to the consumers. They are getting more revenue, and hence brands are paying more and more money to YouTube, the business. So now we understand that what the algorithm wants is to keep the consumers glued to the platform. Okay, what it exactly wants: keep consumers on platform for longer. So the whole point of this algorithm is to keep the consumers for more time on their platform. It has to show you good videos, because bad videos will just make you leave the platform. It has to show you the videos that you will like, otherwise you will also leave the platform. So the algorithm basically tries to do this. So what the algorithm needs to do inside this consumer section is it needs to identify which person likes what, which person watches which channel and all these things. But that is not something we need to worry about. Okay, we need to worry about this creator side. Okay, what does the algorithm try to do on the creator side? It needs to understand how good a video is. Okay, how good a video is for a particular set of audience, and if it feels the video is good, it is going to push to more people and you are going to get more views. The video is going to go viral. So we need to understand how we can make a video that the algorithm favors, that the algorithm likes. We're going to talk about that in the matrices part, but yeah, you basically understand the more average view duration you have. So basically one very simple thing to understand is that the more time a viewer is spending on your videos, the more the videos are going to get pushed. That is the most simple way of saying it. Okay, so we understand this, we understand the traits, and we understand what the algorithm wants. Next, we're gonna go into another very important question. Does it hate you? Okay, does the algorithm hate you or someone else? I see a lot of people telling this, maybe my account is shadow banned, or the algorithm just does not like me. Now I say that's a great excuse to have, but it's not true, okay? The algorithm does not hate you. As I already explained over here, the algorithm only likes what the consumers are liking, okay? So you can essentially, to understand this better, you can cross out this algorithm and call it consumers. Or if consumer sounds too harsh for you, you can cross that out and call it people. And call it people, right? Does the algorithm hate you? No, but maybe people hate your videos. Maybe the video is not that good. So just replace all the places you want to say algorithm to people. The algorithm is pushing the video. No, the people are pushing the video, because if you made a good video and people were liking it, okay, people are leaving likes, people are leaving comments, and people are subscribing, and it's getting a lot of average view duration, like people are watching the video for longer, why would the algorithm hate the video? Because that is a banger of a video that if the algorithm basically pushes out to more consumers, it will make more money. It will keep those consumers hooked to the platform, and it will just make more sense for the algorithm. So why would algorithm ever push down a video or hate a video that the people like? So that's something very humbling for a new creator to understand, or any creator to understand, but that is the reality. If a video is not doing good, the video is probably not that good, at least for the majority of the types of audience. And last but not the least is to how to crack the algorithm. As I said, like even in a social situation, if you want to get someone on your side, get someone to support you, you first have to understand what they want, right? If you understand what a person wants, you can give it to them and you will have their support. It's as simple as that. And the algorithm is the same. So now we understand what the algorithm wants, we just need to do it. We just need to make videos that people click on more and people watch for longer, which is the average view duration. This is called AVD, okay? So we need to make videos that interest people, that people would love to watch, and people would love to watch it for a longer duration. And that is exactly how you crack the algorithm. You will find a lot of videos on YouTube talking about how to crack the algorithm. The algorithm has changed. It's not. See, you need to understand all the educational people, especially in the any type of educational sector. Like even when I'm teaching this YouTube strategy to you, this is also education. Sometimes what the problem with education is, the pathway, the roadmap is actually quite simple. Like it's something like this: you go here, you go here, you go here. Now this is really good, but the only problem is this is not fancy. So sometimes what people do is they try to make it more complicated so that it feels like they have a lot of knowledge. It feels like they are the expert because it's so complicated, and they show you something like this and you feel, oh, this is so interesting and this is so complex. And the more complex the concepts or the pathway or the roadmap seems, the more you look up to that particular creator. But I am not here to do any of that. I'm trying to simplify all of this, because if I make things more complex, yes, you will respect me more, you will look up to me more, because okay, this is so complex and this guy understands it, great. But that complexity is only going to stop you from starting content creation, and you are never going to start. And I would see that as my loss, very honestly. So I'm going to show you what is the simplest way of doing this, because these things are very simple. And people can only fool you with these complex strategies and complex changes here and there only if you do not understand why things are happening. But that is not something we do here. On this channel, we go in depth and we try to understand why things are happening, not just how things are happening. Because once you understand why things are happening, you can always reverse engineer and think yourself to find out what are the things that you should be doing. Alright, next we come on to niche selection, because as we talked about here, the second objective was what videos to make. Now we are here into niche selection. Why does it have a jacket? Because your niche is essentially like the outfit you wear on the internet. So which jacket do you want to wear is quite important. Okay, so let's just go with the jacket analogy. Okay, so suppose I am looking for people to play in my football club. Okay, very simple. I am the algorithm and I am looking for people to play in my football club. It's a very simple analogy, like how the algorithm was sitting between the consumers and the creators, finding the best video and sending it to the consumer. So think of it like this: I am the scouter who is looking for people to play for my football team, who is looking for people or players to play for my football team. Now, I cannot just take any random people and add him to my football team, right? I need to find players. I need to find good football players and put them into my football team. Now, how do I do that without talking to people? Well, I can probably see people who are wearing a jersey in public. If people are wearing a football jersey, there is a much higher chance of them being a football player. And that is exactly what this jacket does. Now, suppose you are one of the people, or analogously, you are one of the creators. How would you dress to get selected into this football team? Or analogously, how would you make a video to get more recommendations to the consumers? One, I will definitely wear a football jersey while I walk down the street where the scouter lives, and I will always appear wearing the same football jersey or different football jerseys, but I will only wear football jerseys for a long amount of time so that the scouter definitely knows, okay, this guy is a football player and he will hire me, right? So as a creator, you have to do the same, because I want to be in the football club and I wear a football jersey, but next day I'm seen wearing a t-shirt, next day I'm wearing a jacket, next day I'm wearing a shirt, and all of these things, the scout is going to get more confused. And if some other guy is consistently wearing a football jersey every single day, he will just pick that guy. Same for the algorithm. If I make videos about everything, a lot of different things, the algorithm will only get confused, and when there is another person, another creator making videos sticking to the same niche for a long amount of time, the algorithm will just be much more sure about that guy, and it will have much more confidence while suggesting that particular creator or his videos to the consumers. I hope that makes sense. Next, we're going to talk about how to select a niche. Now, this is something very broad, okay? This is another hour of content. So actually, I have held a public masterclass on this channel. I am leaving a link somewhere over the corner of the screen. If this is what you're struggling with, you do not know what videos to make, because let's be honest, you might go all into a niche and later figure out that this niche just does not have any money, because we do not just want to become content creators, we want to be profitable out of this. We want to start making money so we can leave everything else that we don't want to do in our life and do what we love. Okay, we want to talk about what we love and make videos about what we love. So it is very important that before you even choose a niche, even if you're not confused about your niche, you should understand how to look at niches and what niches are actually profitable, which are going to never make you money, and which can make you lakhs every single month. So I would highly recommend you go and watch that 1 hour masterclass that I've taken, and you will have a very clear idea about what niches are, what are the different types of niches, how to choose your niche, and also what are the monetizability aspect of different niche and how does it actually matter. If that does not make sense to you, how does changing a niche make you more money or less money? If that does not make sense to you, go watch that video. As I said, I go in depth into everything and you will understand why things are, not just how things are. Moving on, the audience. This is also something I have already covered in that masterclass. Essentially saying that audience and spending intent, these two are very, very important things. Okay, you upload a video and even if it get 100k views, what matters more than how many views it is getting is who are the views from. Is it people from the US watching your videos? Then you will make 10 times more money than if Indians were watching your videos. Even in India, if English speaking tier 1 city audience is watching your videos, you will make 10 times more money than if village tier 3 people are watching your videos, simply because these people on the left hand have much more spending intent. They have the money to spend and they are okay with spending a little bit of money buying things online, because on the other side in tier 3 people do not have that spending capacity or the intent. So this is very important. So as a brand also who are advertising, the algorithm also figures out which ads to show on your video, and if the algorithm understands that your videos are just going to tier 3 people, it is not going to show a real estate ad or a fintech ad, right? Anything that will have a larger ticket size, a lot of money required to buy their product or purchase a service, it will not show on your channel. But if your audience is from metro cities and tier 1 cities in India, it will be much more comfortable showing new shoes and much more expensive things ka ad. This is also, as I said, the more valuable the brand is, the more money you end up making. And then there is also research. I wanted to talk a little bit about research, about how do you figure out what videos to make. So it's okay, niche selection part is done like till here. Then we're going to talk about what videos to make once you have a niche. So if you really want to optimize your growth, you really want to grow on social media, you have to do some kind of research, and it is generally some kind of competitor research. You have to go into your niche, be it cooking, be it football or anything else. You have to go into your niche, look at other channels and what videos are already working, make a list of like 50 of those videos, and that will be your brainstorm prompt. Basically not an AI prompt I'm saying, but that is where you start brainstorming from. Okay, these videos are done well. Is there something I could do to one of these videos that could make this video better? How can I make my version of this video? And that is how you start getting video ideas. Next one is the strategy. So in strategy, YouTube page, generally you can stick to one particular type of video. Like there can be people who just make tutorials and all these things, but there are different types of audience watching, right? Tutorials goes to a much wider audience. So as I said, there are generally 3 types of videos: hero, hub, and hygiene. Pardon me if my spellings are wrong. So hero videos basically get you a lot more new subscribers. This gets a lot of views and subs. And these videos are often related to some kind of trend or something that is blowing up at this point, okay? Hub videos on the other hand are evergreen. You make videos solving a problem that is absolutely evergreen. Like if I make a video, I have made certain videos like how to film yourself and look cinematic. I've made videos on my main channel about the Notion beginner's guide, and all these things are evergreen problems, okay? As long as Notion is in the business, people will keep looking up for Notion beginner guide. As long as people are making videos, they will look to make their videos more cinematic. And these videos do not blow up, but they keep getting views little every single day, and it keeps growing over years. Last is the hygiene content. Hygiene content is not supposed to go viral. Okay, it is not supposed to go viral. It is not supposed to be evergreen as well. But if you just keep giving people value, if you keep just giving people a lot of education, that's great. But sometimes to build your own personal brand, you also have to share a little bit about you. Because the audience, there are 2 types of audience, right? The audience that are new audience who have recently discovered you, and then there is old audience. This old audience have much more trust in you, have much more trust, and they have much more spending intent. So this is also really good. You should always think about how do you cater to your old audience, because most people just think about how do I get more subscribers, how do I get new audience in. That's great, but you should also think about your old audience, and old audience really love this hygiene videos where you talk about yourself, where you talk about a little bit about your life, you talk about what are the new updates in your business or whatever you're building, what is the future of this YouTube channel, and all of these things. People love this kind of videos. So you have to find a balance in all of these things. When you're starting out, there is no point making hygiene videos because you do not have any old followers. So you should just worry about hero and hub content, things that go instantly viral, like blow up, and things that can basically sustain for a long time. Cool, that should be your strategy. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is originality. A few of you might say when I talked about competitor research that making that list of 50 video ideas and taking inspiration from them, a few of you might think, okay, that is just directly copying people's video ideas. Yes, it is. And I don't personally think there is any problem with that, because all ideas are unoriginal, okay? Every new idea is just a jumble of multiple different ideas pushed together. So what I'm saying is, do not copy videos directly, like line by line, word by word, shot by shot. That is not really good, not really ethical as well. I believe there is no unethical aspect to taking a video idea and sharing your own take on it, okay? Your own take and your own style. So make sure you do that. And other than that, you have to never worry about originality. And if you're someone who was not worrying about originality, that's great. You're gonna go great distances in this life. Okay. And we're gonna, last but not the least, talk about how can I help. So here's a little snippet about me. I have been creating content on YouTube for the last 7 years or a little bit more. I've grown my main channel to 240k subscribers. This channel is also getting really close to 20,000, and we are eyeing 100k subscribers this year. And I get a lot of questions from people, especially my old followers, that how can they start content? Because 2026, as I explained, is the best time to start content. It might be too late, like 2028 might be too late. That is why, to help you, if you are watching this video, to help you understand all of these things, like all of the things I'm teaching here, this is like 10% or not even 10% of something I call the Creator Blueprint. This is a self-paced program that I have created. It has 17 lectures. It has 3+ demo classes. So these are the educational parts where I teach you all of these different things. Like usually pause the video and see what are the things that are in here. You can also go to this website contentmastery.com and watch the first lecture for absolutely free. You will get a much better understanding of what is inside that program. And other than that, what I feel is much more valuable is actually a community. We have an exclusive community where we do multiple different things. We do content audits, which basically means I live react to your content and give you personalized advice about how you can get better. This is something I really love doing and the people love a lot. Next, we have contests where we have like really good prizes. Then we also have masterclasses. Like this is a public masterclass that you're watching, but we have exclusive masterclasses which are in community. And we also have director's cut, which basically means I and some of your favorite YouTubers and creators are going to come on to here and break down their thought process behind their video. Like although most people got in because of this, they wanted to learn, but almost everyone has changed their mind and now they say the community is much more valuable than whatever these classes have taught. But these are the starting points, you have to go through them. So if this is something you're interested in, here is what you need to go. contentmastery.com. Okay. This is where you need to go. So one thing I want to talk about is that if you are lazy, not committed, not dedicated to becoming a content creator, if you're not serious about it, do not come here. It will be a waste of your money and my time and your time. It's not recommended, okay? But if you are serious about content creation, if you really want to build a career out of this, if you want to make life-changing amount of money out of content, then you can come here and we will have a conversation in the community. And if you're watching this quite early, you can use the coupon code HEATWAVE to get 11% off on the final price. Next, we are gonna talk about analytics, metrics, and optimization. Okay, so let's see what I've written here. YouTube Analytics gives you thousands of data points, but optimizing only 2 to 5 will give you exponential ROI in terms of growth. So if you ever looked at the YouTube Analytics part, it looks like a fucking cockpit. Okay, I do not know how to fly a plane. There is too much going on and there is still advanced mode that, oh my God. Okay, let's not go into it. So I'm going to talk about what are the different matrices that you should actually look at, and just improving those 2 to 5 matrices is going to give you exponential results. Okay, so the major things that we're going to talk about, we should be like worrying about over here are, as we can see, the click-through rate, total impressions, and average view duration. Now what are these things? Let's talk about. So click-through rate is basically, we call it CTR, is basically by the number of clicks divided by number of impressions. Now what is an impression? One impression means your thumbnail was shown to one person. So out of 100 impressions, this is basically what it means. Out of 100 times it has been shown on someone's screen, how many times have people clicked on your video? Out of all the times it has been shown, on average, how many times out of 100 are people clicking on your video? So now you might already understand what are the things that is affecting this click-through rate. That is something we call as a whole the packaging. Pardon my writing. And what are the parts of packaging? The part of packaging is a thumbnail and a title. These are the primary level of packaging. There is secondary level of packaging, there is tertiary level of packaging, and these are the things that I have explained in much more detail. There is literally a whole chapter where I talk about primary, secondary, and tertiary packaging, how to do them better, what are the things that matter, and the psychology that goes behind it inside the Creator Blueprint. So I would highly recommend you check that out. But yeah, you basically need to worry about your title and a thumbnail. Now here is a problem that I have seen a lot of people do, and I honestly had the same pattern for a very long time, is that I would get a video idea. Okay, I'll get a video idea, then I'll make the video, and then I will start thinking about packaging. Like, okay, what is a good thumbnail title for this video? That is not the way to go about it, because as you see, the click is the first thing that happens to the video. People watch the video after they click. So if your packaging is bad, no matter how good the video is, people are not going to watch the video. So what you should do is first think about what your packaging is going to be. What is the title, thumbnail? What is the exact packaging? And if the packaging does not look good, if it looks bad, there is no point making that video from a growth perspective. I hope that makes sense. So you should ideally always think about packaging first, and you should always like invest like 20% of your time only on packaging. Now YouTube has this A/B testing feature for packaging. That's something you can figure out on your own. But yeah, let's move on to total impressions. This is something that we often see. Okay, some video will have a good CTR, it will also have a good AVD, but it will still not have good views. Like, okay, the algorithm wanted CTR, AVD. People are watching, people are clicking, but I'm still not getting views. Why? That means there is a TAM problem. Okay, what is a TAM? TAM means target addressable market. Sort of all the consumers, all the people that are on YouTube, how many of them are actually interested in the topic? Like if I make a video about like a fidget spinner in 2026, no matter how good the video is, no matter how high my CTR, how good the thumbnail, title and all the video is, it would not matter because not enough people care about a fidget spinner video at this point, right? What you also have to think about is how many people are interested. How do you understand? The simple way to do is to search it up on YouTube and see how much the videos, the top videos are getting. If it is getting views in millions, it has a good TAM. It can have enough impressions. Okay, so that's one thing. And last but not the least, we talk about the average view duration, which is exactly what it means. Out of all the people who have watched the video, on average, how long are people watching the video? That is called average view duration. Now there is a very neat chart that you can find inside of YouTube Analytics, which is the retention curve. And every video starts off at 100%, then it slowly goes down, down. And this is what a retention curve looks like. So this is like 1 minute, this is 2 minutes, this is 3 minutes, this is 4 minutes. And it shows you like at 3 minutes, how much of those people are still watching your video. This is something like what, 35%. Okay, great. So what we are trying to do with average view duration, we are trying to get this graph to look more like this, because all these places where the graph is falling, it just means at this point there was like 95% people watching, but at this point there are only like 50% people watching. So 45% people have stopped watching the video between 20 seconds to 60 seconds or something like that. So we understand this part of the video could be improved. This became somehow either boring or misleading towards the viewer and they have stopped watching the video. Or we also look at parts like, okay, somewhere over here, this is at 35 and at 4 minutes, we are somewhere around maybe 31%. So we know between 3 minutes and 4 minutes, in this 60 seconds, only 4% of people watching have dropped off. So we know this part of the video is good. And that is exactly how you understand this analytic. All the crests, like you see a little bump here, you see a little bump here. All these parts are generally where people are watching, where more people are watching than it was watching the previous second. What does that mean? People are either skipping from here to here because there might be some really boring part and they would just want to skip it, or they already understand what you're talking about. They want to get to the next point, or there is something very, very interesting here and people are coming back to this place. Like it happens sometimes, right? You watch through a part of the video and then you're like, oh, what happened? You rewind back 5 seconds and see what is going on. So at that point, 2 of your viewing instance is getting registered, and that is why there is a small crest. So whatever video you upload, you should always study this graph. You understand what are the good parts, like this is a good part. You understand what are the bad parts, like this is a bad part, this is a bad part, and probably, I don't know, this is a bad part. So once you understand this, you can again figure out those patterns. What does the algorithm like? What do people like? And you can make more of these blue parts and less of the red parts from like going ahead in your next videos. And yes, that brings us to the end. And I would again like to shamelessly plug my own stuff, contentmastery.com. As you can see over here, it has a self-paced curriculum. So there is no particular classes going on. There is no batch structure. You can watch it at your own time, because I know life gets hectic. You might be working a job, you might be a full-time student, you might be a college student, school student, you might be doing multiple jobs, and you might not have the time every single day. So you can technically complete the whole program in one day. You can also spread it out and complete it in like 2 months. So it is absolutely self-paced. Wherever you get time, you can watch it. There is exclusive community, private audit sessions, contests and challenges, and also lifetime access. This is something a lot of people ask me. This is a lifetime access thing. Once you get into it, you'll have access to all the content that is going on. You'll have access to all the master classes that has already happened and that is going to happen forever. Okay, you're going to get access to all of that. You're going to get access to all these sessions and director's cut or whatever the different sessions that happen outside or inside the community. You're going to have access to all of those things. And on top of this, I also give you my own, like I made it myself, my content management system, you understand what I'm writing, content management system that I have built inside of Notion. And I'm gonna be honest, this is generally something that I sell for 1,000 rupees or more, but you're going to get this thing for absolutely free depending on your tier. So you can again go to Content Mastery, have a look for yourself, like you understand what is going on and take the best decision if you want to become a content creator, because this can genuinely change your life. And at the end, I would like to thank you for watching this video till the end. I would highly suggest you follow me on Instagram on Sanko's Cut, because there is a lot of free value going on there, a lot of free content that will help you become a better content creator. So if you're a beginner and you do not want to invest money, you can follow this page on Instagram and you can look out for more videos that are coming on YouTube on this channel. Much more in-depth videos like this are going to come if you guys tell me that you want more of this. So please let me know in the comments if you want more videos, like more shorter videos, 8 to 10 minute videos where I briefly go over things, or do you want more in-depth videos where there is much less editing? I am just talking to the camera and explaining things with a fucking iPad, but I am also going very in-depth and very technical about this. And if you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. And you can also use the code HEATWAVE for getting some kind of exclusive discount. You can find that out on the website contentmastery.com. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.